Alrighty, so this problem says a marketing specialist determines that when a certain product is released, the number of social media references to it can be modeled by f of t is equal to 400 plus 2 times log base 3 of t, where t is the number of days since the release. Determine f prime of t. So the first problem is just to take the derivative, and to find f prime of t, we can first take the derivative of the 450, which since it's a constant, it goes to 0. And then we have the 2, since it's a coefficient, I'll just bring it over. And then next we have a log. So to take the derivative of the log, let's use the formula that the derivative of a log base b of x is equal to 1 over x ln b. So that's our formula for our derivative. So using that formula, we can write times 1 over, our variable is t, so we'll use t as our variable, and then ln of our base, which is 3. So we can simplify this just a bit by multiplying the fractions and writing it as 2 over t ln 3. And that would be our derivative. So then the next part states to find f prime of 3. So that would be plugging in 3 in for our value of t, which is 2 over 3 ln 3. And we can leave this as just a fraction, or we can find a decimal approximation using our calculator. But this would be, we can't simplify this, so we can just write it as 2 over 3 ln 3, would just be a number because all of those things are numbers. So then the next question asks, which of the following is the best interpretation of f of 3 is equal to 452? So since our function is f of t is equal to something, the t would represent our time, and our time is given in days. So we know that it has to do with something about 3 days after we started marketing, because it's saying that it's the number of days since the release. So this would be 3 days after release. And the 452, the function represents the number of social media references. So this means that at 3 days after the release, that there are 452 social media references. So there should be some options in this problem given, but it should be something to the effect of after 3 days there are 452 references, or something to that effect, or there are 452 social media references. Okay, and then which of the following is the best interpretation of f prime of 3? So now we're looking at the derivative. The derivative is the change. The derivative means the change in y over change in x, essentially. So the y is the social media references. So that would be basically the change in social media references per day. So if we look at the options, it should be, another way to say this would be the rate at which the number of references is increasing. And it would be the rate at which the number of references is increasing on the third day or 3 days after the release. So I don't really have room to write that there, but I hope that makes sense. That since the derivative is the rate at which the function is changing, it would be the rate at which the number of references is changing, or increasing in this case since it's a positive number, on the third day, because we're plugging in 3 for our time. Okay, so please like and share this video with anybody who you think might find it helpful.